Hey everybody, Branch in here, bringing you yet another StarCraft commentary. This is going to be the start of a new set between Lecaf Oz and Telecom T1 is going to be the first set. And we're going to have very interesting, SKT1 recently took out Khan in a 4-game matchup where it was a very interesting series. And I will see if they can prove that they still are not out of the running by taking down the second top team right now, Lecaf Oz. So the first set is going to be between HiyA and BeSt. BeSt, for some reason, wearing a very funky uniform. I would like to know what that is all about. It looks very cool. It has 4U written on it and looks very military. I don't think he's joining the military, though. Still a bit young for that, I think. Right, HiyA's best matchup is actually against Protoss. He's over 60% in it, and BeSt's second best matchup is against Terran. He's also over 65% there. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. For those of you who don't know, HiyA's actually taken down some decent Terrans. He's took down Stork twice in the last Proleague season, so I'm expecting some good stuff here. This match is going to be on Andromeda. We're going to have HiyA as the Terran, as I already said, in white on the bottom left. And we're going to have BeSt as the Protoss in violet at the upper left. Andromeda, very, very interesting map. And this is going to be an interesting match on this map. The map is very good in that it allows... Sorry. Oh, man. The map allows for very nice, heavy macro games that go far into, into the games. Usually the games here are a bit longer than usual. Often last by, 20 minutes. I've seen a 1.5 hour match on this map, so that was awesome. It has a mineral only inside your base that you can take, and it allows for a quick expansion also with gas. So in that regard, we're going to see how they're going to go. Although that mineral only, despite being easy to take, is very vulnerable to backside attacks. You got to be careful in that regard. I really look forward to seeing what kind of strategies they go for, and we're going to see that HiyA is going to try to block his choke right away, try to make sure that BeSt doesn't get the scout, and that's very important against Protoss. If Protoss see what you're up to, they can be pretty dangerous. They can decide from that whether they should go for a drop, whether they should go for Templar, or something else. Barracks coming up, and he'll need to set up his supply depot soon. Try to block off that ramp, and we're gonna see now what direction BeSt scouts. Those are very, very cute images of StarCraft players. BeSt there in the middle. So wow, BeSt going for a 14 Nexus, I believe, right in his mineral only. So he's just gonna go ahead, take a slightly risky play, and go for a quick economic build. This actually could be a good decision that could pay off for him well if it turns out well. Decided obviously not to go for his natural, so we'll see how that works out for him. Gateway now coming up, and I think BeSt is indeed scouting right, although I don't know if that choke is blocked yet. It hasn't been blocked by anything yet, and that Pro probably is going to be able to get in. That supply depot still not on the way. Pro's going to see what's going on. At this point, it's not as dangerous because no serious tech decisions have been made. I mean, it's pretty standard for... Yay, Christmassy. Very standard for Terrans to go tech against Protoss, and apparently the probe was in fact turned away by that one Marine there. CV now coming in to scout what BeSt is up. Cybernetics here going up right after the gateway, and a second gateway also going up right away. So BeSt going slightly aggressive after that Nexus, although that all of course is late, so he's going to have all of his units a bit late. No Dragoons right away. And of course that SCV I think has scouted all that and he knows how to counter it. At this point I think he's just... I don't think HiyA should really risk doing a push yet. He could, of course, just macro up a bit, get a bunch of vultures out, get a bunch of forces out, try to harass BeSt's economy at this point. But actually going for his own expansion could be a slightly safer play. Although at that point it's always a question, what are you going to go for? Zealot now, and that's going to make sure that SCV doesn't attack the pylon anymore. Yeah, we're just gonna see whether HiyA decides to go for aggressive action. First Vulture is out. It's gonna take out that one probe there. We're gonna see if it moves in and tries to do any more damage. Machine shop going down. Command center is in fact going down, so HiyA's gonna react to the early BeSt economic build with trying to follow up economically himself. I think this is actually a fairly good idea. That Zella, the Vulture gonna try to get through, but that Zella is in the way, and that SCV can't help it. Unfortunately, SCV does get taken down. 2 Dragoons now out, so that Vulture is effectively going to be neutralized. BeSt, Bisu is sitting there also in a very nice little uniform. Everybody in a very Christmassy mood. Somebody's sitting there next to him in the Christmas hat. I can't tell who it is, unfortunately, but I'm sure I'll find out later on. Vulture still moving around there, seeing if it can't try to do something, be a bit sneaky. Yet to see what HiyA is going to go for. Might go for two factories, second factory go up possibly after that CC goes down, but at the moment it's just economic. The first tank comes out, and there are 2 Dragoons here pushing in by BeSt. They're going to be foiled by that tank and marine who are blocked by the supply depots on the barracks, so they're pushing in. They won't push in unless they know they can take down that SUV going there to repair the supply depot. A robotics facility now going down, so we are going to see Reavers, most likely. It will be interesting to see whether it goes for observatory first. Man, I'm off today. Or whether he goes for robotic support first, because at many points that can be so difficult. Level V and Fantasy there sitting with their funky little uniforms as well. Another command center now going down, so HiyA is going for an uber economic build. Already has his natural mining, his main has been mining from the start, of course, and going for mirror only. So observatory first for BeSt, so he's playing it a bit safe here. He's going to check out what HiyA has going there. Probably going to go down for his second Nexus inside his natural as well. Yeah, that Nexus now coming up. And the Vulture going to be irritating. Take out that probe though. No real damage, but still fun. Oh, everybody wearing hats. Everybody wearing funky hats, and some people in funky uniforms. I want one of those uniforms. 4 Dragoons out there. Engineering bay now coming up, so I think that has been comsatted. That Robo has been comsatted, so of course HiyA is going to be very careful in that regard. Reavers are deadly, as everybody knows by this point. Their Scarabs kill. Even though the Scarabs are very stupid and don't always hit, they still kill. 3rd and 4th gateway coming up for BeSt, so, and Observer now out, so he's going to check out everything that HiyA has going to make sure that he can take him out. HiyA's mineral only almost up at this point. BeSt's natural not quite there, I think, yet. Both players trying to set up a slight defensive positions to make sure that they don't get harassed. Turrets are coming up in interesting, good locations. They might be able to catch that Observer if it's not careful. There are turrets there. Observer could be foiled here. You gotta be very careful to move in. Sees turrets there in every location. Actually very good if he can prevent the scout. Armory now going down, so he's going to go for upgrades and possibly, I don't know, Goliath? I don't think he'd go for Goliath against Protoss. Unless Protoss, of course, goes carriers, which I don't see BeSt doing at this point. I actually don't see the robotic support up yet, so apparently no Reavers. Maybe just, I don't think he went for that Robo simply to get the scout off. I think the Robo robotic support will be up sometime soon. The Observer is going to go in there, not going to get caught by the turret. Okay, did get caught by the turret by one shot. He's going to move in, see what he can do. He can scout something. He does scout the force. He does, yeah, he does scout the tech here. Second factory coming down, and HiyA just happy to produce vultures and those early vultures and tanks for now. And I don't know why I'm talking so slowly and so quietly. Forge now coming down, so upgrades. Interesting. Upgrades and possibly cannons. Maybe BeSt is afraid of drops here. Citadel of a Doom going down, so okay, he decides not to go for the robotics facility, and instead going to go for Templar. High Templar, Dark Templar, I don't know. I think Dark Templar at this point wouldn't do it, but a High Templar drop will definitely do some damage. 3rd and 4th factories now coming down for HiyA. Probably also going to have machine shop upgrades so he can pump out tanks. Armory now up. Going to start upgrading any minute. Buildings are pulsating. Comsat station going up, so just being careful in case those, that will come in handy if those Dark Templar are